Good morning, Year 1, and welcome to the third week of our maths. Today, we're having a look at measurements, and this week we're going to be looking at length and height. So, to start with, you're going to need whiteboards and whiteboard pens, and if possible, grown-ups, you may want some cubes that you can build into different length shapes for your child to practice with. But everything can be done on the whiteboard and whiteboard pen or paper, so don't worry. Okay, so when you've got all that together, we'll get started. Okay, so our start today is to work out what one less is of this number of beads and one more. So pause the video and tell your grown up how much one less is and how much one more is. And as a tip, make sure you count these first. And you may want to use a number line or a ruler to help you working out what's one less and one more is. So welcome back. We've got the first thing we're going to look at is how much one more is. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10, so we may want to write that down. Right, one more would be drawing an extra one. So we'd end up with 10, 11. So one more than 10 is 11. Now, one less, if we remove that, is we cross off 1. So now we're going to count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's one less. Okay, so use the same process to have a go at this one. And grown-ups, start the video again when you're ready. How many animals are there? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's just check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we write 7 there, and then we're going to add an extra animal. Now I'm not going to draw an animal, I'm just going to put a dot, a circle there. So this time we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So one more is 8. Now obviously you could have done this by just using your ruler. And if we remove that again, and this time we're going to have one less animal. Let's get rid of the chameleon. And how many have we got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, but you could have found that just using a ruler or something similar. Okay, well done. So that's our starter. Now the main part of the lesson is this. Have a look at these 3 lines of cubes. I want you to tell your grown-up which is the longest and which is the shortest. And when you're ready, start the video again. So, the longest is, let's put them together next to each other so we can see. That one's that length. See the way we're lining up carefully, and that one's this length here. So, which one now is the longest? Well, that's the one that goes the furthest. It's got the most cubes. So this one's got 6 cubes. So that is the longest. So which is the shortest? Now the shortest means the opposite of the longest. So it's the smallest one. And that's this one because it's got 3 cubes. Okay, your second challenge is to put these in the order starting with the shortest. So again, tell your grown-ups by using the colours which order I should put them in. And when you're ready, start the video again. So that's right, the shortest one is the red one because that's only got 3. The green one is the next longest because that's 5. And then the longest is the blue one, which is 6. And that's all there is to it for ordering. What you're going to be doing for the main task is this. You're going to be using a grid, and grown-ups, you can find real objects to do this with, which will be much better than how we're doing this in class. So what we're looking at is there's 2 phrases. It's longer than and is shorter than. So if we have a look at these 4 objects, we're looking for positioning them so that the longer one is here and the one that is shorter is there. The shorter one is here and the longer one is there. So you decide what should go where, and then you can see what I've decided when we start the video again. So I'm going to go with using the longest shape first. The longest one is that. And I think it's significantly longer than our ants. Now, I want to use some different ones. So is this shorter? What I'm going to do is I'm going to move it next to it to see. And that is a bit shorter, isn't it? So that is shorter than my snake. So do you see the way we've done that? And like I said, grown-ups, this is what we're going to be doing in class. But all you need to do is write those words out and watch it where it swaps, because the children don't always notice this. And then you could use any objects and just place them either side and say which is longer than which is shorter. If you want your child to draw it as well, that's absolutely brilliant. And that basically is all we're going to be doing in class. So if your child still wants to do something else exciting, we've got a challenge, which is have a go at making your own using different shapes and writing sentences, like we've said, using the shorter and longer, or you could have a go at small, smaller, smallest if you wanted to do free, or tallest, taller, tall. It's up to you. That's the challenge. So you may want to rewind, but I will leave you on the main task in just a moment. And then I'm also going to show you, so we're going to go back to the main task now, but there will be a plenary activity to finish with, which you could have a go at. So this is the main task. I'm going to leave it there for 5 seconds. So if you want to pause it. And welcome back. So I want you to have a look at these two towers and lengths. Which one is longer? Tell your grown up what you think and why you think it is. Well, it's a bit of a trick, this one, because if we were to turn this round, and place it by, it's actually the same length. It doesn't matter whether it's up like this. Shapes don't become longer or shorter if you turn them. So have a think about this one. Which is shorter? Tell your grown up. And that's right. This time, these two are still the same length, because again, it doesn't matter whether they go up or whether they go across. They are still the same shape. Okay, third challenge. Which one of these is longer? Well, you've got two options here. You could count the cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3. So we would know that the bigger number is the longer. Or we can simply turn the cube round. Don't have to do any counting. Just move it beside it and have a look. And obviously the red cubes are quite a bit shorter than the green cubes. So therefore, the green cubes are the longer. And that is the end of today's maths lesson. Well done. Can't wait to work with you again tomorrow.